What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we are not going to be working on any of my cars. We're not working on that thing. We're not working on that one. And we're not working on that one. We're working on that thing. If you've watched any of my previous videos, like previous, you know that in the past I've done things to my sister's car that she's, wanted to do little modifications to or whatever. Like in her, I think it was like a 2010 or something like that, Cobalt coupe. Showing me to paint the wheels black, so painting the wheels black. It's like one of my first videos. So we did that for her. Well, now she's got this 16 Civic. I think it's a base model or something. The other day she had a deer. So we got her some new headlights. And she's always wanted to upgrade the speakers in this thing because, like I said, it's like base model. So I got her some speakers, or we got her some speakers and some headlights. So we're gonna install both of those today. She wants to put a head unit in at some point, so I told her to wait. Let's get this done first, and then we'll go head unit. But we're gonna do all that. So first I gotta move that thing out here, put that in there, and then we'll get to work. So before we get started with this thing, I'll go ahead and give you guys a quick little update on everything going on, because I know in the comments a lot of you guys have been asking about the 240, wanting some more content and some more other things like that. So we'll get into that in a second. But first, that we just put the X pipe on it. It's been a couple of thousand miles since we've done that, so it's been really fun. I really like it a lot. Rear end's making some noise, so I gotta figure out what's going on with that. I'll probably just change the fluid and hopefully that fixes it. Gotta put both rear lower control arms into it because the bushings are torn. Driver's side axle needs to be put into it because that boot is torn. Carrier bearing's going out on the drive shaft. Its tires, probably brakes pretty soon. Yeah, a bunch of little odds and ends. I mean, what do you expect with 100,000 miles on a GT350? I know like one or two people that's got more miles on it than me, but they're not too far ahead of me. So that's what's up with that. With the 240, however, I know it doesn't look like any progress has been made. However, we have chosen a color for the exterior of the car, so the body of the car, and we've also chosen a color for the engine bay and the interior. So it's gonna be like 3 different colors. You guys already know what color the roof is. It's this black metallic. It's really foggy or really dirty right now. I'm actually gonna redo this, try and get some of these dents out because I don't like that. And then I don't know how well you can see it. You can't really see it because it's dirty. But back through here it's just stripey. So with the work that I've been doing at work, learned a couple different things, so I know how to fix that. So that's what I'm going to be getting into. But there you go. You can see that gold flake in it. So that color's going to stay. But we have a color for the engine bay and for the interior of the car. No, it is not that black right there. No, it is not that red. It is actually this gray right here. So this is Ford Avalanche gray. It's one of my favorite colors that the 350s come on. Obviously, I did not get an Avalanche gray 350. I really wanted to, but I didn't. So I opted to paint the interior and the engine bay Avalanche gray. This is my first little test piece. These are the headlight brackets. I'm not sure which side this is, but I'm just gonna assume it goes right here because I don't remember which one. But so that'd be the color. I'm hoping to get at least the engine bay painted by the end of this year. So that means a lot of scuffing, taping up, and all that fun stuff. This, however, is going to take a little bit longer because I got to keep removing this sound deadening, and then I get to play rust prevention, and then I got to kind of strip all this back out again and then tape up all this gunk in there. So that'll take a little bit longer. I know I should put the cage in it first, and then like with the engine bay, I haven't fully decided what I'm going to do yet. I feel like I should probably do some fab work in here first and then paint it, but I'm tired of the rust, and I don't really have the funds to go buy a new motor for it and all these other things. So instead, I'm just going to go ahead and paint it, and then I'll have leftover paint so I can touch up whatever I need to touch up if I go to cut and weld and all that fun stuff. So that's the plan for all that right now. After that's painted, we might start working on that, or we might start working on exterior body pieces. Haven't decided if I'm going to run these over fenders yet. If I do, I'm probably going to cut them shorter than they already are now, because this is an issue that I've had constantly with them, where I can get it to sit down here, but it pulls it up right here. So I don't know. I'll have to play with them some more. I can't let you guys see over here. We're going to flip that over so you guys can't see the actual color of the car. The only other thing is that this red right here was going to be the color of the interior, or I mean of the exterior. I'll put a clip up in the video so you can see what it looks like when it was actually painted, because it looks all beat up now because it's kind of just been sitting on shelves. But so we're gonna do gray on the interior engine bay. This black is gonna stay on the outside on the roof, and then we have a new color coming in for the outside. So that's the update for that. One more thing with that, I tried making a video a couple weeks ago wrapping the roof black and changing the rear spoiler back so I can fix this one. That never happened. So I'm gonna work on getting some more wrap, and just ignore how dirty it is. It's been raining, I haven't had time to wash it. But we're gonna get some new black wrap, and we're gonna fix this wing. So those are the last little updates on the 350. Update on the 240. I promise this will get some love pretty soon. Garage is under renovation part 2. Not fully cleaned up, but cleaned up enough to where you can walk through here without tripping over everything. TV is going to go up on the wall. I'm probably going to move these down some and put the TV up there. All that mess needs to be gone through, and a bunch of other stuff. So that's from my wrap job the other day, and yeah. So we're gonna ignore all the mess, focus on this thing, get this thing ready for her to pick up in the next couple of days. This is what the factory headlight should look like, and this is what it looks like. Yeah, she did pretty good avoiding it, but she smacked it pretty good. Shattered the headlight lens. I think she shattered some other bits and ends through here, and pulled the fender in here, so that'll be fun to fix, and cracked the paint on the bumper. Hopefully the bumper's not toasted, like the clips. I don't know. I hope I don't have to pull the bumper off to do the headlights, but I might have to. It's looking like I'm going to, because I know this has to come off, and that are the brackets for it. So I don't know. I'm gonna figure that out here in a minute. But so that's our first test for the day. Next is gonna be the speakers, and we'll just kind of go from there. These are the ones that she picked. Now, don't ask me what brand they are. Don't ask me anything about them, honestly, because I don't know. I didn't pick them out. I didn't order them. She ordered them off Amazon. So I'm just kind of hoping and praying that they fit on the car without any issues, but I guess we'll find out. I mean, they look the same. I mean, it's got that body line, and I mean, it realistically looks the same, so I'm hoping that it works. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't order them, so I'm hoping these work. I don't know how they'll look. They might look good, so we'll see. I mean, I did similar things with my first car. This isn't her first car, but first car she's done things like this too. I changed the headlights on my Altima, painted the front grille piece down there black, painted the rear grille piece black, or the rear bumper valence piece black, tinted the taillight. So I did a couple things to that car. I mean, yeah, it was a grandpa spec, but I mean, we all gotta learn somehow and get started at it, because I mean, I went from an Altima to that. So, I mean, but you know, she wants to do this stuff, so I'm gonna help her out and let her do it. She wants to lower it and put some wheels on it. I mean, I told her, I said, I wouldn't do it, but if that's what she wants to do, I'll let her do it. I'll help her do it, but yeah, so we're gonna start tearing this headlights out, hopefully. Hopefully I don't have to take the front bumper off, but if I do, I do. And we'll see where it goes. So the bumper's off. As you saw in the time lapse, I was taking the front bolts and clips off, but when I had to go under the car, I just decided to turn the camera off real quick so I could figure out what I was doing. But yeah, bumper's off. So I'm debating on painting this chrome black for her, but I don't know yet. Because if I paint this black, I gotta paint the emblem black and all this stuff, but it'll add about a day to the project because I have to paint it, let it dry for like 12 hours before I can even handle it, put it back on the car, so we'll see. Otherwise, everything's off. I did have to take it off because the last bolt is like back here. So now these can come off. I think, if I'm being honest, that these headlights have been re-cleared before because you can see some like trash and some solvent pop in them. And then I think the bumper's been resprayed too at some point because I was looking over here and the fender texture does not match the bumper texture, and like right through there you go. Yeah, I think this bumper's been repainted before, which wouldn't surprise me. So, but if I do paint it, I'll let you guys know. So I'll paint this if I do, and probably paint this and this just to freshen up the car. But the only downside, if I paint that, then I need to paint this silver trim here. And I don't know if I want to pop those off because I don't want to break them. So this side's too. So we'll see. I don't know yet. I'm gonna ask some people. I don't want to tell her because I want to surprise her with it. So we'll see. But that's off. So now let's zap off these headlights. So the only things I have to transfer over is this little bracket here for the bumper to pop back into. And then we're gonna put the passenger headlight back in. I started taking the driver's side out, but I put it back in because I wanted to do a comparison between the new and the old. So I decided to take the broken one out first, and so we'll see how it looks. So this is what the old one looks like. That is the low beam, high beam's right there. Low beam's working, high beam's not working, so I gotta figure that out. But otherwise, I think they look different. They don't look bad. I don't hate them. Looks better than that one does, so I'll give her that. But I get to play with that and figure out why that's not working. All right, both sides are in. This side's buttoned up, works. Everything works over there. Everything works over here. Had to do some beating and banging, try and pull this out. It's nowhere near perfect, and I'm nowhere near proud of it, but to do it the way I wanted to do it, I would have had to ding up the fender some more to make it smoother, hammer dolly. I probably would have had to take the fender off. So, I probably would have had to repaint it. I don't want to repaint it. So, kind of banged on it some. Try to get this gap better. Jeez, what's that not focusing? Try to get some of this gap better. Right there is a little high. That's okay. So, I'm gonna clean up these headlights, get all this grease off of them. Headlights are done. I'm probably gonna end up painting this. So I'm not gonna throw the bumper back on yet. I'm gonna jump into the speakers right now. So I don't know where I'm gonna start with speakers, but we'll get there. We'll start putting speakers in, and then we might finish the bumper today, but I don't know yet. So I gotta pick up Jesse in, I don't know, 25-ish minutes. So I don't have time to do all of it. So what I'm gonna do is take off the front door cards because the rear I have to take off 80% of the rear interior, which I'm not looking forward to doing. So we're gonna start with the fronts. Fronts look easy. So we'll take off these door cards and pop these new speakers in. All right, one door card off in like 5 minutes. I had no idea what I was doing, but figured it out real quick. This is the OEM speaker here. Pretty crappy unit here. So we're gonna go ahead and pop off that side. Take both door panels off. I give you guys a sound test of how they used to sound. And then we will show you what we got coming in for the new ones. So this is just stock speakers. So this is going to be all the way up to the front. They don't sound terrible, but let's see if we can fix this and make them better. So we're going to turn everything back to how it was, or to your normal factory settings here. All right. And then we're going to grab our new ones and show you guys what they look like and sound like. So I picked out the speakers. These are Rockford Fosgates. I've put these in other vehicles that I had, my Nissan, her car, a bunch of other things. So I know these are really good speakers. I think these are the rears that we got for her. So I know these are really good. So they should add some more bass to it, add some more clarity, hopefully make everything sound a lot better. And then we will get to the head unit later down the road. So this is our rinky-dinky factory speaker, right? And this is our brand new speaker. Like, just the magnet size alone is like 5 to 10 times bigger. Yeah, so hopefully these sound a lot better than what was in it. I was going to put some tape on the back of these, which I still need to, it looks like. The rear ones look like they already had some foam tape on the back. I don't know if I want to reuse that, so we'll see. I got to figure out how to mount these in here. I might have to drill some holes in her. Oh, hey, that's a speaker. To get them to pop in there properly, but that'll be all right. So we'll see what we got to do here real quick and get back to it. So we've got one already wired up, plugged in. Let's connect my phone here. Oh, all right, we already got sound. So, to me, that doesn't sound like much bass to it. So to me, this sounds a lot louder, a lot deeper, a lot clearer. Sounds a lot better than that one does. I gotta go get her in a minute now, so I'm gonna try to button this one up, or just unplug it, I don't know yet. And then we will continue this whole operation when I get back from picking her up. So we got passenger front speaker in, bolted in. It's got tape on it, plugged in, everything works, it's good. I got my little helper over there sanding on those bumper pieces, so she's gonna get those prepped and ready so I can take them to the shop and get them painted. So we'll paint those tomorrow. I'm gonna button this door up Jump over to that door. You alright over there?
There's a spider on me.
Oh. So we get to that door, get the speaker in, and then start working the back there. So I picked Jessie up from work, and yeah, so they have like a little antique festival thing going on down there where she works, and so we were walking around, and she's like, oh, you want to get a face painting? I'm like, not really, but if you want me to, I guess I will. So I have a unicorn on my face. She got a shark on hers, so fun. We're home, so we're gonna continue with this. I got some tape to stick these speakers to the door so they won't rattle. We're just gonna mark them, drill them, bolt them in, send it. So we got both front passenger, front driver speakers in. No rattles, so we're good. We had a little rattle with this one. It was the, I don't even know if this one has it. It was these little, the wires back here that go from the magnet to the rest of the harness. Those little things right there was rattling against the cone. So I just grabbed some double-sided tape and kind of taped them up here, and then I fixed it. So no more rattle. So the fronts are good. Time to start tearing apart this back of this car, so then we can continue working on throwing in these new speakers. All right, so after about 30 minutes of fighting, all of that is pulled out, same as the other side. And all the rear interior has been pulled out of this thing. Yeah, it's been fun. So it's all piled there. Got the rear speakers out. Again, look how tiny that little magnet is compared to the new ones that we're about to put in a second. I'll show you those. Yeah, these things are pretty junk. Probably the cheapest speaker I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, there you go. One of the bolts broke on me though, so that's fun. But it's okay because I don't need it. Yeah. It was really tight, so I think whoever put it in first cross-threaded it or something, but it started getting really, really tight, and then it said pink, and then it wasn't tight anymore. So this one right here is broken off right there where my thumb is. So it's all right. I don't need those holes anyway, so I'll make some new ones, measure out where I'm gonna put them, and then I'll have to probably go from underneath and drill up. Same for that side, because I don't know, I can't get my drill in from the top because of this back glass, so we'll do that. I'll probably hold them up underneath the trunk and then just send the holes that way, and we'll try that. So I might set you guys up for that while I try that, so we'll see. So again, these are our two old ones, and this is our brand new one. So look how crappy those magnets look. Figure out how to hold this thing. Look how big that magnet is compared to those two. So hopefully this one put some thump behind it and sounds pretty good. It's already got the foam tape on it, which is sweet. So that means I don't have to add any. So I'm just gonna pop those two connector pieces on, drill some holes, and send it. So I ended up having to do some little doctoring up. I'm not done, I'm gonna tape it up, but the connection pieces, pins, whatever you want to call them, that the connectors came with were too small. So the positive side was too small for the positive side. Negative was way too small for the negative. So I found some connectors that fit the positive side. I didn't have any that fit the negative side, but I did get some, or I just used the positive side ones. So the positive side one is now on the negative side, and I have a new clip. So they're spliced together. Hopefully it didn't cause any interference. If not, then I'll figure something else out. But it won't be too hard because I wouldn't have to do this again. I don't think. I should be able to reach everything from the bottom of the trunk. So I'm going to get to drilling and marking and drilling, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I've got both sides cut. They're not the prettiest cuts, but it doesn't matter because you won't see them. So they're cut along this edge right here and over here, and some They've been cleaned up with the file so you won't cut yourself, and then some paint over it so it won't rust like the rest of that. That's been done on both sides, top and bottom. So now we're gonna drill the holes for the new speakers. So we're gonna hold them up there, mark them, send some holes through that, bolt them in, and then we'll be good to go. So we are at the shop right now. I've got everything scuffed and ready. She's in there blowing everything off, getting it cleaned up. So we're gonna get ready to shoot. We're just gonna shoot it black and then head back home and put it back together tomorrow. I don't want to put it together today because it's not going to be ready. So we'll just get it shot today, shot and painted today, and then worry about putting the bumper together tomorrow. So I'll update you guys as we go throughout that process. So this is like day 4 of this little project with her car. I feel like every little project I do just takes a lot longer than it should, but that's what it is. So we painted the bumper pieces Sunday, and then I went and got them Monday, and 2 of the pieces had messed up. The emblem had kind of bubbled up some, and one of the pieces above the headlight did the same thing, so had to resand those and reshoot them. So I reshot them yesterday, and then this morning I was able to pick them up. They did fine. So this got done putting the front bumper together. I'll show you guys a first look in a second. Headlights are in, headlights are working. Front bumper's on the vehicle. We're taking off a few more little weird pieces that I'll show you guys here in a second, but other than that, the car is done and we're finally done with this project. So on this side, driver's side, it's got this little flappy doohickey thing, right? Over here, I took it off. I think it looks so much better without it on, so I just kind of have to maybe clean up some of that paint. It should just kind of wipe off, but we'll see. The reason I took it off is I don't get it still in here. This one was all beat up and mangled and all that fun stuff. So, took it off. I might take this rear one off if I can get to it easily. If not, she's gonna have to deal with it. Both rear ones off and you go with that. But I'm gonna take that other side off, throw these wheels on, get this car on the ground, and we'll be good. So I took all these little things off. The 2 front ones, the 2 back ones. You can see it where it was right there. I'm hitting them with some Griot's correcting cream on their DA with the 6-inch buffer. I'm gonna try and clean up some of this gunk, make it look a lot better. Wheels are on, so everything's done with the car except for this and that, and then the car is completely done. So I'll show you guys a outside look in a minute here. Quick little check here. Cleaned up real good. Only damage is that, I guess it's from where that piece has sat for so long. I mean, it's almost, what, 8 years old? So that piece has been on there the entire time. I can see it causing some damage, and it looks like kind of rubbed through some of the paint and kind of the bumper, but I don't know. But otherwise, came out pretty good, besides this right there too. I mean, there you go, use that as a little, you got some deep scratches in there, but cleaned it up good, made it shine some, so get that one done, pull it outside. All right, we are done. Car is now outside. So now we have updated headlights and a blacked out grille. Looks so much better than it did before. Unlock these for you. Ignore that. Got a little sequential indicators. So it blacked out this piece, this whole front piece right through here, the emblem, so this whole piece too, and then this last little bit right there. Looks way better than it did before. Now she already asked me to do these window moldings, so I told her I'd get to those at some point. Looks better with those little pieces cleaned off too, especially front and rear. Okay, I guess that's next on my list to fix. Whenever you lock it, her gas cap mechanism, I guess, doesn't work. So, I guess it does work, but I don't know. So I guess that's next on my list, and then I guess she's gonna want me to buff and polish it, because I buffed and polished some of it, and it, like down there, looks a lot better than it does everywhere else. So, trying to get some little clips for you guys of, you know, that thing's making noise, valves are closing, of what the headlights look like now, and then we're done. So the cars are all moved back to where they go. That's back in the garage, safe and sound. This turd's back. That's where that goes. I gotta move that at some point, but I ain't too worried about it. Yeah, Civic project is done for now. Hopefully there's not more, but we'll see. We'll have an update on 340s pretty soon, and some other things going on. Hopefully another update with this thing. So, that being said, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.